planet Ferros was known as the Garden of Eternal Peace. To the eye, it was a masterpiece of biological perfection. The trees didn't just grow. They curved into beautiful arches. The flowers didn't just bloom. They glowed with a soft, pulsing light that matched the heartbeat of anyone who stood near them. But the true power of Ferros was in the air. The Ferrosi, a species of slender, translucent skinned beings, didn't fight with swords or guns. They didn't need to. Their entire civilization was built around the grand bloom. Every plant on the planet was part of a massive chemical network. Together, they produced a specific type of pollen, a microspore that was the ultimate weapon of domestication. When you breathed the air of Ferros, you didn't die. You didn't feel pain. Instead, you felt perfect. The pollen hacked the brain's reward center, flooding the system with dopamine and serotonin. It erased aggression, deleted fear, and replaced every survival instinct with a single overwhelming desire: to stay in the garden and serve it. For eons, every species that tried to conquer Ferros ended up staying there as gardeners. They would drop their weapons, remove their helmets, and spend the rest of their lives peacefully pruning trees and singing to flowers until they died of old age, blissfully happy and completely enslaved. When the Salga Resource Division identified Ferros as a prime source of vital sap, a liquid capable of extending human life by decades, they knew they were walking into a trap. The Ferrosi High Elder, Ella, watched from her throne of living wood as the human ships landed. She had seen this many times before. "They come with their cold iron and their angry hearts," Ella whispered to the trees. "They think their metal walls can keep out the love of the forest. Let the bloom begin. Let us welcome our new brothers into peace." The jungle erupted. Billions of flowers opened at once, releasing a thick, shimmering cloud of golden pollen. It rolled over the human landing zone like a sweet-smelling fog. To any normal creature, this was a lethal dose of absolute joy. But the humans who stepped off the ships were not normal soldiers. They were the 44th Hazard Breakers, also known as the Smokers. Captain Ash Kowalski led the way. He wasn't wearing a sleek, high-tech environmental suit. He was encased in a positive pressure rig, a bulky, clanking shell of lead-lined canvas and reinforced steel. The suit was designed for the most toxic chemical plants on Earth. It was hot, it was cramped, and it was loud. But the most important part was the bellows. On the back of every suit was a small high-heat furnace that burned a mixture of low-grade diesel and sulfur. A constant stream of thick, acrid black smoke pumped out, creating a personal cloud of industrial filth around each soldier. Era watched in confusion. The golden pollen hit the black smoke and vanished. The heavy, greasy soot was so dense that the delicate alien spores couldn't penetrate it. The pollen was being physically blocked by the pollution the humans carried with them. "What is this?" Era cried out, her mind linked to the forest, buzzing with frustration. "The air is being poisoned. They carry the stench of a dead world. Why do they not breathe the peace inside the helmet?" Kowalski took a long drag from a thick cigar. The air inside his suit was fully sealed, a closed loop of recycled oxygen mixed with his own tobacco smoke. "Target sighted," Kowalski growled over the radio, his voice sounding like gravel in a grinder. "Sap Grove is 3 clicks north. They're trying to spray us with that glitter dust. Keep the furnaces hot, boys. I don't want to see a single speck of gold on your visors." The Hazard Breakers advanced. They didn't move with Ferrosi grace. They stomped through the flowers, crushing glowing petals into mud. Whenever a massive flower tried to spray concentrated pheromones, a soldier responded with chemical defoliant or a blast of black oil. The Ferrosi wardens finally attacked. Fast and elegant, they rode giant petal-winged insects and wielded spears of diamond-hard thorns. They expected the humans to be slow, confused by the forest's beauty. They didn't realize the humans weren't even looking. Their visors were tinted to block hypnotic bioluminescence. Their ears were filled with the pounding rhythm of air pumps. "They are blind to beauty," a warden screamed as he dove toward Kowalski. "They are monsters of metal and soot." Kowalski didn't look up. His suit's sensors vibrated. He swung a heavy mechanical arm and caught the warden midair. The alien, delicate and built for peace, shattered like glass against the human steel forearm. "Get these bugs off me," Kowalski muttered. He activated the suit's soot blast. A massive cloud of concentrated oily smoke erupted from his shoulders, blinding the flyers and clogging their breathing pores. The wardens fell from the sky, choking on the stench of an industrial wasteland. The Ferrosi had spent millions of years perfecting a weapon that targeted the mind and soul. They mastered the art of making enemies want to lose. But they had never met humanity. Humans had spent centuries in smog-choked cities, coal mines, and engine-filled streets. Their bodies were used to bad air. Their minds were hardened by noise and chaos. To a human, the Grand Bloom was just a bad allergy season. "We've reached the sap grove," Kowalski reported. At the center of the forest stood a massive glowing tree pulsing with golden light. To the Ferrosi, it was the mother of their world. To Kowalski, it was a 5,000-gallon tank of high-value life extension fluid. "Start the drills." The humans didn't ask permission. They didn't sing. They slammed an industrial steel tap into the bark. The drill screamed, shattering Ferros' silence as golden sap flowed into gas-powered pumps spewing black smoke. Ella watched from her throne, tears of clear sap falling. Her world was being violated by creatures who didn't even hate her. They were indifferent. "Why?" she whispered, her voice echoing into Kowalski's mind. "Why choose smoke over the peace we offer?" Kowalski paused, looking at the gray soot settling on pink flowers. He adjusted his cigar. "Because peace is a lie," he replied. "You want us happy? We'll be happy on our own time. Right now we've got a job to do. In our world, you don't breathe the flowers. You build a better filter." The Salga fleet left Ferros a week later. Their holds were full of sap. The Garden of Eternal Peace was left with a massive black scar. A dead zone where nothing perfect would ever grow again. The Ferrosi survived, but their power was broken. They learned their paradise only worked on those who wanted it. Humans didn't want paradise. They wanted resources, and they were willing to bring their own hell to get them. Humanity proved the ultimate HFY truth. You can try to hack our brains with beauty. You can drown us in joy. You can seduce us with peace. But we are a species of smoke and iron. We live in the dirt. We carry our environment with us. And if you try to change our minds, we'll change your atmosphere. Please follow my channel for more videos. One click from you can change my life.